So I'm just about to upgrade my lighting in my garage workshop. So what's it to be? Panel or batten? For quite a few years I've had 4 fluorescent tubes in this garage bay, one running crosswise at the back end, likewise one crosswise at the front end, and then a double fitting roughly above my head, centrally positioned. And they've been great, been fine for the sort of work I've done in here over the years. About a year ago I came to need to replace one of the fluorescents, and I actually ended up fitting 2 LED equivalents. Did a video on that, did quite well actually. So if you want to see that, I'll put a link in the description. Moving on, come to March 2025, about 9 months ago from when I'm filming this, I ended up stripping out all of the insulation from my roof so that I could strengthen it, put some joists in before I put some solar panels on the top there. If you're wondering why I needed joists, it's because of the mounting solution that I used. Again, there's a video, I'll put that in the description. So 9 months later, I'm starting to get a bit fed up with just having one fluorescent, actually LED tube fitting. It's time to get on. So I've spent some money and I've bought some LED lights. But which did I choose? Did I go with panel or did I go with batten? So in this video, I'm going to summarize the pros and cons of both and why I chose what I did. Without doing much research, I'd pretty much started to go down the route of panels like this, 600 by 600, 40 watt. And if I switch this on, you get a decent light output from them. I think it's about 4,000 lumens. I actually fitted one of these temporarily above my workbench to give me some focused lighting when I was doing some filming on the bench. So that was my starting point, and to be honest, I was probably almost solid to go down that route. But I thought, well, before I spend more money, and then they're not that expensive, they're about 16, 17 pounds. Before I do that, I'll have a look at the Battens as an option and compare the two. So I'll run through all the specs first, and then I'll give you an overall summary of what I think. Okay, well, these specs are obviously for the particular panel that I've purchased. Just out of interest, I got them from SimpleLighting over there in Birkenhead, not too far from where I live. Not a sponsored video or anything, paid for them with my own money, so take that as it is. Okay, let's go down. So power 40 watts, lumens 4,000. Currently on at 16.89 each, including VAT. Today's the 10th of January. Size 600 by 600, obviously, 25mm deep. Flicker free, yeah, yes, and that was an important thing for me because I do quite a bit of filming in the workshop. Dimmable, no they're not, and that wasn't a worry for me, so not a particular concern. Warranty 5 years, pretty good. Lifespan, well, LEDs, people have their own opinions about lifespan, but 30 hours claimed. Beam angle 110. Available in 2 colour temperatures, 4000K and 6000K. I've gone for the 4000K, which people class as neutral white. I don't like 6000K, it's a bit too harsh, too blue for me in here. It has its applications, but not here. IP20, which I can't recall off the top of my head, but it's an internal rating. I think it basically means it'll keep dust out, I think. But in the garage, that's all I need. Voltage, well, it's just standard mains voltage, 220, 240 volts. A driver, yeah, it comes with an external driver. So there's, I'll show you in detail, but there's a lead comes out the panel, and there's an external driver that fits to it. And diffuser, yes, well, that's part and parcel of the structure. Well, those are the specs for the panel. We'll do the same for the batten when we come to it. Initial plan was I was probably going to buy 6 of these, arrange them in 3 pairs running down the garage. So overall cost, what's 6 of those? 60, that's probably just over maybe £102, something like that. So £102, and that would give me overall 24,000 lumens. So the main thing I like about the panel is the evenness of the light. Let's get it switched on. As you can see, it's a really nice even light over the whole area. So I don't know if you've ever taken one of these apart, but it just consists of a series of LED strips running at intervals across the area, and then combined with the diffuser gives you that really nice even light. So it's a big plus point for me. That's quite good. I'll just switch that off because it's pretty bright. Mounting it I think is a bit more of a negative for me anyway. As you can see, I've actually got some coated steel wire hanging out here with some loops on. This was from when I temporarily fitted it to the ceiling to do some focus lighting for the bench. So basically a couple of screw hooks in the joists and hang it up like that. So again, not a big job. In fact, you can buy a suspension kit that fits into a couple of these screw holes. But I haven't included the cost for that in the comparison, but it would be an additional cost. An alternative is they also supply a mounting frame that you can mount the panel into and then secure the frame to the ceiling or wherever you're putting the panel. So the mounting for me is a little bit of a disadvantage. The second one, again, this is not a major disadvantage. It comes with an external LED driver, and you can screw that to an available surface. But there's a bit more cable to faff around with where you're going to put that. So they're small negatives weighed against a good positive of even light, like so. Okay, well that's the panel. Let's get the batten out. Comes in a fairly simple cardboard box. Lob that on the floor. So you've got your batten. Comes with a set of fixings. We'll have a closer look at those in a minute. And a small information leaflet. We'll run through the specs in a minute, but I think the first thing that hits me is how slim it is. Now, obviously it's the same length. This is again a 5 foot 1500mm fluorescent fitting. Overall width 70mm I think, but it's only 25mm deep, so it is really slimline. So that's the first thing that jumps out, I think, when you're comparing it to something. I'd guess this is a 20-year-old fitting, but yeah, very slimline. Okay, let's run through the specs for the batten. So power 50 watts, but we'll come back to that. Lumens 6000. Price 1739. Yep. Size 1500 long. They come in different lengths, but that's what this one is. 75 wide, 25 deep. Flicker free, yes. Dimmable, no. I haven't investigated dimmable options. As I said earlier, it's not really something particularly important to me. Warranty, in this case, probably be better if I write something that was legible. In this case, 3 years. Lifespan, just checking the specs, 30,000 hours. I think I might have said 30 for the other one. 120-degree beam angle, so almost the same. Colour temperature, well, again, something to come back with. I ordered a 4000K version. They come in different temperatures. IP20 rating again. 220, 240 volts AC. Driver, it's inbuilt, so I'll put internal there. Right, I totaled up the costs and the lumens for the panel option off camera. It actually came out at just a shade under £102, so my maths isn't too rusty, and 24,000 lumens. So my plan for the Battens, if I was going to choose those, would choose 4 and have them in 2 pairs of 2. So In that case 1739, should have worked that out before, I'll do that off camera, but 4 battens would give me 24,000 lumens. So 4 sevens, 34, 68, it's about 69 quid. I'll put that in there as a rough number. So as you can see, if cost is purely the determining factor, then I'm going to get the same amount of light for significantly less money. But let's pick up on the power and the colour temperature, because those are a couple of interesting things in the light itself. First of all, let's connect it up to the mains. As you can see, it comes with a flying lead. It's about 75mm long, fitted with one of these quick connect type connectors. So I've just got a death lead here, which luckily is powered off. So we just put our live in one, neutral in the other. Check we've done it the right way around. And on comes the light. Okay, so in terms of evenness, it's pretty even. It's not the same as the panel. You get more light from about this point on the diffuser around to about here. It's slightly darker towards the bottom edges. I guess that's to do with where the LED strips are positioned inside. But all told, I think it's pretty good. So 2 really interesting things about what was actually delivered. Don't forget I ordered a 4000K 50 watt Batten. There are 2 switches on the end here. I'll show a close-up in a moment. One allows you to adjust the power rating and the other allows you to adjust the colour temperature. So from what I can tell, this is currently operating at 50 watts. If I move the switch to the middle position, it drops it down. You can see the difference there. And if you move it again, I can't say that I see the difference on the lowest power setting, but certainly if you move it all the way across, brighter. Now, colour temperature, the switch is currently on the middle setting, which is neutral white, 4000K. So if I move it to one end, we get warm white. And if I move it to the other end, we get cool white, and that's 6500K. So that's a real surprise, and I haven't investigated it. I mean, I don't know whether they're just supplying these now in place of the fixed temperature lights, whether I've got these because they didn't have any of the fixed temperature ones in stock. I don't know, I haven't asked. I'm not going to complain. It's quite a nice feature. I don't think I'll probably make much use of it that I can imagine. I'm going to stick with my 4000K and probably have it on the setting, the brightest setting, but you never know. But yeah, there you go. So we've got adjustable power and colour temperature. Okay, so in terms of fixings, we get 2 stainless steel springy type brackets, some screws, some plugs. But I think in reality, all I'm going to need are the 2 brackets. So quick demonstration here. So we basically screw those brackets into a suitable surface. And we should now be able to just clip this on, get it lined up properly. There we go, done, literally in less than a minute. So I made a bit of a song and dance about the difficulty in mounting the panel. I think I can't say the same about this. Really good, and I presume is relatively easy to get back off. Let's see. Yeah, just twists and off it comes. So for me, that mounting solution combined with the fact that there's no external driver, so we've just got a simple flex to connect into my wiring, they are 2 big plus points. I think you might guess where I'm going with this. Well, it'll probably come as no surprise that I've decided to go with the Battens. I've bought 4 of them and hopefully we'll start to fit them to the ceiling fairly soon. So why? Well, I think it's fairly obvious. I think the cost differential is really compelling. Same amount of light from 4 of these compared to 6 of the panels. I like the simplicity of connecting into the electrical cable. I also like the mounting solution. So for me, it was a fairly straightforward decision. Yes, the warranty is less. I was conscious of that. It's 2 years less. But at the end of the day, if I have to replace one, you're talking about 17 quid. It's really neither here nor there, is it? Yeah, I'm very pleased with what I've got. Obviously, you can get them from all sorts of other suppliers. I just have chosen SimpleLighting because I've used them before and they're a local company. I like to support local companies. Okay, if you're interested to see me actually install these, then please make sure you subscribe, because I'll be doing a video on that. Probably be in a couple of weeks' time, I would think, by the time I've got it done. So I'm thinking that I'll actually arrange them so I can switch them in 2 banks of 2. Probably 2 towards the back end of the garage and 2 towards the front. That way I've got a little bit of flexibility on what I switch on. Okay, well that's probably about it. I hope you found it of some interest as I looked at the comparable specs between the panel and batten options and the pros and cons for me anyway. I'm sure if you chose LED panels rather than battens, you'd still end up with a really good solution. So yeah, if you did enjoy it, give me a thumbs up. I do appreciate it. It makes it all worthwhile. Don't forget to subscribe so you can actually see the installation. Lots of other videos on the channel. Lots in the garage, lots of others, so please do take a look if you have the time. And with that, I'll probably call this one done and hope to see you on the next one. And as my old dad used to say, shine a light, Chris. See you next time. All right, just for a little bit of nerdy fun, I've plugged it into my power meter, so it's currently reading around 56 watts. That's on the 50 watt setting. If I go down to the 40 watt setting, is that 38, thereabouts. Now, if I go down to the 30 watt setting, no change. That probably explains why I don't perceive any change in the brightness. Just while we've got it there, if I cycle through the settings, we should see what the power factor is, 0.97, so that's almost 1, which you'd expect with an LED light.